Hello, everybody. Is the stream working? That's the question. Because it was being stupid a second ago. Can you guys all see me? Yeah, you can all see me. Okay, good. Okay. I broke it, basically, is what happened. I broke it into 1,000 pieces and then just had to rebuild it in 2 seconds. All because I was mucking about over the weekend. Which was stupid, really. But there we go. What can you do, eh? Stuff happens, I believe is what they say. Like the music stopped playing. The stream wasn't working. I am deeply unprepared. But there we go. There we go. Good afternoon, /morning, /evening, /night to Tattooed Zoologist Colonel Mark Watson, who's been a member for 45 months. One more month, and that will be 4 years. Almost as long as I've been doing this YouTube lark, which is incredible. Maureen, Jason, Mike, son of Fenris, R. Bennett, 3003, Jason Papworth again, Mark Watson again, Kataro, Mini Painting Dad, Captain Mannering, Steve Trevitt. How do I say your name, Steve? I think I've always balked at the point of reading a surname, so as not to offend. Ventura Chris, Peter's Stories and Reviews, No Skill Painter, Ross RLG. There you go. There you go. Yeah, see now look, the music isn't continuously playing, which is annoying. And I don't want to have to do it all by myself continuously. Maybe if I just refresh and do that. Skip. See now, why is that? Why is that being the way it is? Unless I'm not signed in. No, I am signed in. I'll try it again. I'll try hitting play again on something different. Let's try some pop punk, shall we? That'll do. We'll see if it rolls on. Hello. Yes, today we are going to paint some miniatures. We're going to paint some elves. Some elves for MESBG. The question is, do I finish some that I've already done, or do I start afresh? Let's do a bit of finishing on some. So I started this. I started figuring it out. You see, and I feel like I did a pretty good job on them. One and a 2 and a 3. Please tell me if you will do a Screaming Bell from Skaven. It's unlikely, Peter's stories and reviews. Never say never, but I don't have one. And money is always an issue. Because you see, I have to buy these things. So at the moment it's unlikely, but never say never. You never know. It could happen. Right, we need that, and we will need that, and we will need that, and we will need Black Legion as well. I did see Maureen said, nice goggles. Thank you. Thank you for noticing, Maureen. Hey, everybody. Notice anything different about your streamer? What is going on? See, I don't want to have to like download a playlist, but it's just not continuously playing. It used to. Maybe they've just changed it so you can't do that anymore. Like I said, I don't want to have to go in and press play every time on the next track, because that would be annoying. Hello, Mr. Hipster. I just want to thank you for your advice you gave to me a few streams ago. It's got my Kriegsman looking rather dapper, I think. Well, good, the Senate. The Senate. Have I missed any news on the next Tales? No, you haven't missed anything on the next Tales. I have been very busy. And, yeah. Hope you're well. Kind of expect you to take the day off, silly me. Yeah, well, that was a silly thing to assume. Why would I take the day off? We don't take the day off around here. There's a lot of people at the Women in Warhammer event. Yes, I saw that was happening this weekend. Was it fun, Captain Manrings? Also, was it fun for Laura? More importantly, I suppose. Yeah. How is it determined what miniatures GW sends to you to paint versus what you have to purchase on your own? Basically, if it's new, they'll send it because they want to hype the new thing, and if it's old, I have to buy it. I can't ask them to send me a Screaming Bell, for example, because they'll just be like, that's not new. Why? You'd have to have a really good justification for that. So, yeah. Galadhrim Elves, the models that got me started in the game. Ever since watching TT as a kid, I always loved the Elves of Lothlorien. Well, good news. Here they are. Here are 3 of them. We have this many paints to apply to them. So yeah. Good evening, Flying Muttley. That's what we're going to do. We're going to start with Hoeth Blue. That's what we're going to start with. Apply a bit of Hoeth Blue to some cloaks. Kick things off. We need a little bit more of that. There we go. Perfect. Right. Hello, Laura. Oh, I'm really sad now. I'm going to have to completely change how I do this music streaming thing. There we go. Anyway, Hoeth Blue is what we're using next. Well, first, today, I'm just going to use this to add a little bit of highlighting to the cloaks. A little bit of a stronger highlight than that, thank you. I think I thinned my paint a little too much. And the crucial bit really with this stage is that not have a tiny little bit of fluff on the end of your brush. That is crucial. That's something that you need. But what we need to realistically do is just make sure we get a nice clean highlight on this little front bit. Like that. There we go. One down. Do you tend to build and paint minis for the intention of having an army to play with, or just buy what you like, and if an army happens, it happens, or even build and paint an army just to have it? I guess kind of a little bit of all of it. I don't really know. I don't. There's not really a strategy that goes on around here, if I'm being honest. Strategies get formed later. A lot of what I end up doing is at the whims of everybody else. So, you know, for example, Alfarius, that video that just came out, personally, probably would never have done it by myself. Not because it's not a cool model, just because I don't have an Alpha Legion army. I never intend to have an Alpha Legion army, and I never would have an Alpha Legion army. So if I wasn't running a YouTube channel where my livelihood depends on people watching my videos, you probably would have seen maybe 1 or 2 Blood Angels painting videos and maybe 1 or 2 Stormcast videos, and that would have been it. We wouldn't have seen any more from Josh. But yeah, nowadays I do almost everything either based on commission for someone else, which we, you know, the commission business is closed. We no longer do that, but there is the Patreon, the top Patreon tier where you get a single model from me. So there's that, and then the rest of it is basically kind of what you guys ask for in chat / whatever Games Workshop sends me in order for me to stay competitive on YouTube. Because quite often when you post something that's nothing to do with what's going on in the world of Warhammer, nobody watches the video, because who cares? Nobody wants to see Josh paint some gut rippers. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, that's kind of how it is. Very occasionally something will be drawn by a project that I want to do, which will be from maybe over an army or something. But I didn't go to events for 2 years, and now I'm going to a bunch of them this year. I'm going to a lot of them. I'm actually going to AOS Worlds now in July. Bought a ticket for that. To the golden ticket event. So that's cool. What else am I doing? I'm going to Tabletop Tactics one next Friday. I'm taking the stupidest list in the world now, because I was unsupervised for half an hour. And now I'm going to take it. So there's that. I'm going to the 1,000 Point Day event in 3 weeks' time. Going to UK Games Expo. I'm not playing at that though, so that's okay. And what else am I doing? I think that's it for now. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the only events I'm going to. Will you be painting a Death Guard Demon Prince? No, I won't. For now. I don't have any Demon Princes to build or paint. I always see other women when we go to Warhammer World every time. See, when I go, I just see lots of Warhipsters, i.e. men with beards and glasses. Good evening, Daryl. Do you have a wish list of this year's new releases? No, not really. I'm not really kind of looking forward to anything anymore. It's the most depressing thing I've ever said. No, I don't really have a, this is what I want to see, because ultimately I don't want to be able to predict the models that are on the way. I'd rather be delighted and surprised by something cool and new. So, like, hoping for insert X for faction A or B is like, well, if I can guess exactly what it is, then I don't think it's very surprising or fun. Is kind of my view on it. I know a lot of people like to make predictions and this, but I think a lot of people, I think a lot of Chaos fans in particular have learned how foolish it is to make a bunch of predictions about the stuff that's coming out, i.e. World Eaters fans who convinced themselves that they were getting Berserkers riding on Juggernauts, and they were getting this, and they were getting that, and they were getting A, and they were getting B, and then they went, here's your character, and then it's like, oh, but that's not the things I said it was going to be. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Baradon, for the congratulations on 80k subs. We're getting there, aren't we? We're hoping to get to 90. That's our next... Well, 85 is the next goal. Quite a way off that. We'd love to see you paint Primaris Librarian in Phobos armor. It's such a cool mini. It is a pretty cool mini. I did one a long time ago for my Blood Angels. I don't think I did a video on it, though. That's the problem. Yeah, this is really bizarre. Because it says... What is wrong with you today? Maybe the player's just busted. Maybe I really did fully break the stream. Maybe I'll try this. Something went wrong when trying to play this track. Yeah, I think the website's busted today. Oh well. We'll see. Right, yeah, there you go. That's all the blue done. It's not bad, is it? That's called progress. I'm working on assembling 120 Tyranid Termagants for a Horde army. Sick. I like it. That's what I'm here for. It's the kind of thing I like to see. Let's do another quick one. So next up, it's a little bit of Black Legion. I'm not recording. A little bit of Black Legion just for the eyes. That's all we're going to do. Just a tiny amount. Might as well apply it inside the mouth as well. Just like that. That'll do. Yep. Just breaks the faces up a little bit, you know. That's you and you done. Next one. Do I still have some of that thinned down from earlier? No, I don't. Of course I don't. Now, here's the thing I've been umming and ahhing about, and you might be able to help me with this, chat. Is, for the gold on these guys, I don't know whether to try and highlight it or to relayer it. I don't know which one is going to be more impactful. I suspect the highlight is going to be more impactful. But I don't know. This is Iron Breaker, by the way. How come you don't dual stream on Twitch, for example? Because I don't know how to set it up, Guitaro. I really don't. I want to, but I don't know how to do it. And I don't have anyone to tell me how to do it. So I have to figure it out by myself by watching videos on YouTube. And almost every single time, it's like, hey, just download this piece of software and integrate it with your YouTube channel. Don't worry, it doesn't give anybody access to your YouTube channel, apart from all the things that it needs to access on your YouTube channel. And I'm like, no, let's not do that. Because one of the things that I worry about is that my channel just gets hacked and it's gone. Because if that happens, that's it. We're done. It's over. I have to go back to work. I have to go and find a real job. And that's the end of Warhipster. If it gets hacked and it's gone from me, I'm done. So it's all like this kind of like, hey, install this bot. Hey, do this thing. Hey, do that thing. Hey, do this thing. I was like, no, don't want to do any of that. How do I do this? What is the difference in this method considering size of the details? The difference is what paint do you use. So if we use Liberator Gold to do some highlighting, then it'll look one way, and if we use Retributor Armor, it'll be darker but shiny, basically. Let's just try the highlighting. Don't you have MFA on your account? What do you mean MFA? Do you mean 2FA? Can you layer using Liberator Gold? Yeah, you could, but it'll be too bright. They'll be super shiny, and you don't want them to be super shiny. Yeah, I have 2FA on my account. The problem is, it doesn't matter if you download a bot that then has to integrate, because you're giving them access. So once you've 2FA'd, it'll go, hey, this thing wants access. Are you sure? And if you go, no, then it's pointless. Nothing happens. But if you go, yes, it's in then. So all somebody has to do is go through one of those other channels, which is what happens. Right, this is Liberator Gold. Yeah, that looks alright, doesn't it? Alright, Liberator Gold it is. A cheeky little highlight. Build the Mirkwood Warriors. Hate me a lot for that. No, I've built worse. They were awful. I made no attempt to fix them. So the Mirkwood Warriors I built are in a terrible state. And they're just going to have to be filmed as terrible models. Which is very funny. So like some of the weapons are all bent and awful. So I'm like, I'm just not even going to bother trying. It is what it is. This is the experience of Mirkwood Warriors. Right, what do you think? Hang on. That's what I've just done on the chest. That's one I haven't done. I think that works, doesn't it? I think it looks pretty dope. Pretty cool. Let's get this guy finished. You can do it. When you contrast plus it. Hey, that's a song we could write. That would be pretty cool. And whoopah! That is one finished Galadhrim elf. Oh my goodness me. That's very kind of you. Warning. $100 dues. When you estimate the elves of MESBG videos going up. Okay, so let me walk you through. In fact, I'll answer that question in a minute. I'm gonna chat to you for a little bit, and I will answer the question properly once I've highlighted these 3 Galadhrim elves. But yes, there's a lot more going on. Gandalf the White tutorial for our 2-year anniversary. Yes, thank you very much for the 24 months there, Ricky Drinks Paints. Yeah, I'm working on it. It's on the. It's, as you know, it's on the pile. I'm trying to find a slot for it. I think maybe the end of May might be when I can fully concentrate on a bunch of Middle-earth stuff that I want to do. Because things have gotten out of hand the last couple of days. Basically what happened is I am in a state of quite high stakes. I'm quite stressed at the moment because I have a lot of stuff to do. And what I'm not good at is keeping a handle on things, especially when I have this much stuff to do. And then something small happens, like I run out of Grey Seer primer. So for example, I built some models over the weekend, and I built them with just enough time to be able to prime them in the afternoon, and then I ran out of Grey Seer primer, so I couldn't do it because I used them to prime something else. So that was a stupid, silly sausage thing for me to do. So as an example, that's some of the things that have been going on. Anyway, I've been extremely busy the last couple of weeks. I'm going to be extremely busy over the next couple of weeks, but things will even out once I'm able to smash through some of my to-do list. And hopefully, you know, that means more content, more cool stuff, and the stuff that you guys want to see, especially when it comes to the MESBG stuff. Now, when it comes to the Elves video, basically what I need to do is I need to paint a bunch of background stuff before I can actually get on with the filming of the full video. Because the Elves video has expanded a little bit in view of some other stuff that's that I've got. So, and I'll demonstrate for you in a minute what that stuff is. But I was like, how do I make this video make sense? Because just painting a series of troops over and over again, it's going to be pretty quick. So we need to make this as comprehensive as we possibly can, and I am not good at that in a way that, especially with the way that my videos are set up to work, the way that I do my videos, is it means that in order to make these videos make more sense, it means we have to put more models in. So Elves fans, you'll be pleased to hear, there's even more models going into this video. However, and I'll tell you what those are in just a second once I've finished a third Galadhrim warrior. Yes, but basically, there is a universe where by the time June rolls around, I could get both the Elves and the Minas Tirith video done. But between now and then, there are about 80 models that need doing. Which is, I'm sure, as you know, a lot of models. And I'm very, very stressed out by that. Because I've booked all of these events. And there's 3 in May. And I don't know if I'm going to get it all done because of all of that stuff. So, yes, your continued support is very much appreciated. Especially with amazing months of membership, such as Vicious Goose 117 with a member for 23 months. Happy painting, everyone. We appreciate you, Hipster. I appreciate you too. And Ricky Drinks Pace for 24 months. And of course, incredible support like the super chats from Warning. This is a name. End Warning of $100. A massive thank. I realised I didn't actually say the words thank you to you there. For the $100 super chat, which is incredible. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. It's that kind of thing which does actually enable this sort of insanity that we're planning. So, and I'm very close. Hang on. Wait, what? That's not a sentence that makes any sense. 1 second. Okay. So you'll see how little work I've done on this Elves video, and there's a reason why. Because I've been searching for footage and I cannot find half of it. I found some of it, which is fine, I guess, because we now have context to be able to do the rest of the video. But as I've mentioned, there's Elrond is here. And I started Elrond ages ago, and I can only find the files for his horse, which arguably, when you stack it up against the rest of the elves, especially the high elves, you don't need any more than his horse, because, for example, Glorfindel covers all of those details, apart from the horse, because Glorfindel's horse is in fact white. So, in order to make the Elrond video make sense, it meant that we had to do Glorfindel as well. And that's a shame, but also pretty cool, because it means we get to do Glorfindel. Now, if we're doing the Elves of the Last Alliance, and we're doing Elrond, and we're doing Glorfindel, then it would make sense, wouldn't it, that when you're doing the Galadrim, that you would also do a character to go with the Galadrim. And it just so happens that we had the Heroes of Helm's Deep. And because we have the Heroes of Helm's Deep, that means we have Haldir armoured, and we have Haldir's friendly banner friend as well. So that makes sense, right? So then, when it comes to Mirkwood, unfortunately, Thranduil on Elk remains elusive, and we can't get it anywhere or any shape or form. So what can go with them? Well, we have the Heroes of Helm's Deep, so we've got Legolas to do as well. So what I have built and what I have primed is 12 Galadrim, because it was an entire sprue and it just made sense to me to do that. And I'm just going to get it all ready for you now so you can have a look down, top down. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then so this is all the background stuff that needs doing before we can engage with the with the actual video filming part. I filmed the intro. Movie magic. So there's that. And that's the thing. So we've got 1, 2, and 3, 4. And 1, 2, and 3 of the Mirkwood Elves. So here it is. This is the to-do list for the general kind of background stuff. So that's 3 of the... I mean, look at that. This is what I mean by I made no attempt to fix them. It won't even focus on it. It's that awful. Come here. Focus. There we go. Look at that sword. Wow! It does not curve that way, I can assure you. Same for this guy's glavey thing. I just like, nope. So yeah, so this is the where I can figure out the schemes, because they are slightly different. So Galadhrim we're figured out now. What I might try in this video is try and just get some of these done. These 2 guys. So that's the background, okay? So then the foreground of the video will be... because I think I've got a handle on Mirkwood. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go for Runelord Brass for all of the plate armor. We're going to shade it with Reichland Flesh Shade, but we're going to paint all the trim of it in a bright silver. So basically paint the whole thing in the brass, throw in some warmth with the Runelord, then highlight it with bright silver. And that should be good. I think that's the recipe. But the actual video that we're going to be filming is Glorfindel on horse and on foot. We have, because by virtue of him being around, Elrond, but I've lost all the footage other than the horse. So there's that. We have Haldir. No, that's Legolas. Legolas is there. We have Haldir here. And then we have the Elf Herald there. And we have our Mirkwood Elves to accompany a version of Legolas, like that. We have our Galadhrim to accompany Haldir, like that. And we have our Warriors of the Last Alliance to go like that. So that is all the stuff that will feature in the video. The other stuff will also feature in the video by virtue of there being it being there. And then I've just noticed with the $200 from Warning, this is a name. End warning. Don't bother thanking me. This money is just funding the fellowship video for me, mostly because I'm lazy and selfish. It's not selfish. It's very generous of you. Very, very, very generous of you. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Honestly, like, incredible. Yeah. I needed that. Thank you. That's very kind. Thank you. I will thank you. I'll always eternally thank you. Like I will thank Fake Street Spirit member for 15 months. Just a measly 15. A 15 month is incredibly appreciated. That kind of support. This kind of support is seriously is the only thing that keeps YouTube channels like mine going. Without it, the lights go off and the content stops flowing. No crying. How am I supposed to not get overwhelmed emotionally if you're gonna drop $500 in super chats? Whew. This is the most YouTube will let me give in a day. Stupid YouTube. YouTube is dumb. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. It's just us in the office. There's something in my eye. Let's put those onions on your desk. These are some funny looking onions. Let's figure out the last alliance, shall we? Let's do that together. Whew. Oh. I like when Josh is in slacker mode, not fixing the models. Rebellious Josh is fun. Oh, I see. With the yeah. Thank you very much. Literally went through the Isengard video, Battle Host video today. I write down each paint and step in a Google Doc because I work better off paper instead of videos when painting. That makes sense. That does make sense to me. I can see that. Work through the Mirkwood boys on stream. Okay. Let's try a Mirkwood. We can probably do one Mirkwood boy at a time, because I don't rightly 100% know exactly how we're going to do it. Is the thing. I think I've figured out because I need the picture reference in front of me, because it's a stupid set of models. But we'll do that for you. Warhammer Games Workshop. Mirkwood. I just need to see. I need to see their dumb layout. Okay. And then we need we need a wetter workshop picture as well. Oh my god. Mirkwood elf soldier. There it is. And helpfully as well, another good one. I did find a decent this is going to be difficult. This is going to be tricky to find. I found a video of yes, that one, and I paused it right where I needed it. Stop! Shut up, Amazon. And we don't need this advert. Right, there it is. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Cool. Alright. Oh! It's great. I get to throw money at someone and make them almost cry, and I get tutorials so I don't have to figure stuff out. Win, win, win. You didn't almost make me cry. You did. Water came out of my face. Okay. Okay. Right. So the outside of the cloak is red, a deep red. The inside of the cloak and all of the leather stuff is a reddish brown. So what we need is Cygor brown, but we're going to need to thin it down with some Lamium medium to get it to hit right. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 1 dollop of Cygor brown and 2 dollops of Cygor brown, and then we're going to go for 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, yeah. So it's technically it's a 2-to-1 Lamium medium and Sigil brown mix. And then we just need to find where all of the leather and cloak stuff is, because it's basically going to be a series of layers on this one, which is where we need to start with the Sigil brown being so. Let's see if we can. Here we go. Let's try that. So basically, this area here has like a purplish hue. Like so. So we apply this. Like that. We then have this area is also leathered. There we go. So that begins the leather stages. What we then have, according to the picture, is this bit here is also the same. There we go. We have this bit is also the same. And then we need to do the cloak as well. Starting to visualize. That's all the leather. I'm pretty certain. So that's cool. Okay. What primer? It's Gracie. Yeah, it's Gracie. It is Gracie. So now we just wait for that to dry for a moment. Before we create some variation within that. So, what's new with all of you? Dardu, I hope I said that, or Dardu. Thank you very much for becoming a member. That is very, very, very kind of you. Thank you. That puts us up to 359. Nope, not 39. 359. We are 41 away from 400. You're also quite a way off from getting a calendar of me wearing leather shorts, which is what you all asked for. And ever since it's been on the screen, a lot of people have just been like, nah, I'm out. See ya. This is what you do to me, chat. 52 likes on the stream as well. Thank you very much. Shame on me for only 1 month. No, no shame. 1 month is a lot of month. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I had this video. I hope it'll let me share it. This video right here. If you skip on this video to, for those of you wanting to paint your own, if you skip on this video to 2 minutes and 12 seconds, there's a pretty decent picture reference of what it looks like for the Mirkwood elves. That's also very good. And then, warning. $50 gifted memberships. Are you insane? What are you doing to me? I'm guessing that's towards the calendar. Oh. Thank you so much. 50 gifted memberships. You're incredible. It's Monday. Gotta make Josh emotional. Monday Feelings Day. Oh, wow. No. No name. Warning. Restream. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Honestly. If Mrs. ever asks why you stream throw days like this. No, no, she gets it. She thanks you as well. It's very, very kind. That's unbelievable. Thank you so much. Should we do his shirt as well? I don't think we should do the shirt as well. Oh no, we should do the shirt as well. Because that is also a dark colour. According to all the picture references. Is there a time limit on the shorts calendar? Because I need to budget. Don't do it by yourself, bro. It's the end of May, I believe. Right, we should be golden to do one extra relay, right? So, I believe, based on my calculations, right, the next thing is this kind of hanging leather here and here. And what we just need to do is to just add a little bit of warmth into that. So we take a bit of Reichland Flesh Shade and we apply that over the top. Like that. And like that. Done. I think. Yeah. So that bit will then leave for the next bit, which then has a slight purplish hue, which to my mind is going to be one of two colours, but I think it's going to be Magos purple that we want to put a bit of over this inner bit here. So we'll find out. Just put a Magos purple. Yeah, that's about right. Is it? No, I don't think it is. No. Okay, so here's a bit of top tip for you. Wash your brush. Get all the water off. And just mop it up and wipe it off. That should get it. Yeah, that's all good. Right, I think we might have to go a little bit crazier and turn to Shaiish, but thin it. So Shaiish purple. So 1, and then let's go for just like 2 of Lahmian medium. Yeah, so 2 to 1 again. And let's try that. Nope, it's not strong enough. It's a bit more Shaiish purple. There we go. That's what we wanted. Like that. And then over the inside of the cloak, which there hopefully isn't very much of. There we go. And then comes the main event. The red. Which is to take a little bit of Blood Angel's Red. The paint just before that was 3 to 1 Lahmian medium, Shaiish purple. And then we take this Blood Angel's Red and we apply this over the outside. Like so. And like that. To get that gorgeous deep red. Like so. And then we just leave it to dry for a little while. We throw our painting handle on the floor. Dominic Benson, member for 21 months. Tempted to get some MESBG Ents. They look great. That is a good plan, Dom. You have Treebeard, which is fantastic. You've also got a new one on the horizon called Beachbone the Ent. Come on. There we go. I appreciate the detail on what the Elves video will contain now, but what was the estimate for release date of the video? So there's a potential that it could be either next week or the first week of June. It depends. Depends on a couple of things this week, basically. I want my Hera, dang it. I want your Hera too. I want my Hera. Justice for Hera. Hello, Ash. Forget Hera, I want Freya laugh. Yeah, see, that's the thing. They previewed Leaf the other day, and that was exciting because it was like, so they are happening, you know? Didn't say if Leaf was plastic or forged. I think they said on Facebook that it is plastic. He won't be Felcast, don't worry about that. Please can I ask an anxiety admin question? Did my tail sub arrive by Google form? Yes, you can. You can ask that question anytime, my friend. Google Forms. Where are we? It will be that one. Responses. Individual. I have I think I've got it. It's a lot of clicking, I understand. Hang on, where was it? I saw your name. Hang on. I'm pretty certain I've got it. I don't mean to give you more anxiety. I think I'm just being an idiot. I'm reading the wrong form. There we go. Yeah, I got it. Rotmire Creed? And many? Love Hippo, thank you very much for the $5. What was your first ever mini ever painted? Can we see it? I have an example of the first mini I ever painted, but it's not the first mini ever painted. It's this one. I painted this on a stream. So I have one of these. I don't know where it is, but it's, you know, it's a 30-year-old miniature almost. I have one of these. I have some examples of terrible things that young Josh painted. So that's one. That is a Necron warrior from yesteryear. We also have here's an example of young Josh painting. Inquisitorial Stormtrooper. There you go. That would have been around 2003, 2004, something like that. That kind of thing. We also have this version of Kotiaz missing a hammer. That was something that would have been 2004, 2005, that sort of time. As you can see, it's all chipped and frayed and broken and crap. There you go, some examples. And here's something I painted. No, I can't show you that. Can't show you that. Unfortunately. Okay, so that's where we've got to so far. So I think that cloak needs just a little bit more red. I don't know if you agree. You might agree. I think what it may be... is it King Helm on horse with new riders? No. It is not. Sorry. I think maybe if we put a little bit of Berserker Bloodshade into this red back here. Yeah, that's the one, isn't it? Just to accentuate the redness. Might be able to just put some of it over this. As well. Just to put out that purple tone a little bit more. I think that works. Anyway. Now, the question is with the armor. I think the plan should be Runelord Brass highlighted with Ironbreaker, because that will pick out all the trim. So what we can do, we'll do that now. Are those brushes that you use longer than the newer white ones Citadel has? I think the synthetic ones that Citadel makes generally tend to hook on the end, which I don't like. So I use the non-synthetic Games Workshop brushes because I think they're better than their synthetic option. It's probably a Space Wolf. It is not a Space Wolf. I don't have the Space Wolves yet. So this is Rune Lord Brass. I need to bring it closer to my face so I can see it. Yeah, the black handle ones are the non-synthetic brushes. The white ones are their synthetic option. Good lord, this is in bad condition. Games Workshop, if you're watching, these Mirkwood elves need a plastic version. Because my god, this is a horrifying painting experience. Okay. I think what do you think? Do you think the scale mail is also brought? No, it's definitely silver in this. Okay, that's not a problem. Let me look at the wetter. Okay. That would be a no on that front. Since you clearly have the Space Wolf stuff, only someone who has it would deny having it. How's our boy Bjorn? I don't know. Alice's version of Bjorn is very nice. Can you use gloss armor shade on the metallics? No, no, because not everybody has it. That's the problem. I think what we need to do is, because Runor Brass is very cold, we need to reintroduce warmth into it. And we do that by using Gilliman Flesh, I think. Because then we highlight the whole thing with silver, and that will create a kind of ancient brassy gold, rather than a brass, as it were. However, we do need to wait for that to dry, so the next job is to use some Black Legion to kind of do all of our remaining leather and stuff. So we take some Black Legion here and we apply this over the top of these stripes. Here. We apply it over the top of the boots. What little of the boots remain after you finally get them off of the fine cast gubbins. What we'll do is we will apply this over the top of the... We'll give them gloves. Like so, and we will apply it over the top of the scabbard and the belt. And the quiver as well. YouTube crashed. Great. And we're back. Would Black Templar work on the stripes? I feel like I never use Black Templar anymore. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. That was a very cagey I don't know. Guys, I don't know anything about Space Wolves. I'm not being coy. I don't know anything. But as soon as I do, I won't be able to tell you. I'll become a very cagey. Well, I don't know. You'll just have to wait and see. Like, if you ask me about, you know, I don't know, what else is new? Soulblight Gravelords. Or does no one care? Have your minds all been dominated by Space Wolves? What about certain spooky, scary skeletons and vampires? Well, I don't know, Sly Guy. You'll have to wait and see. What was your recipe on flayed flesh again? One I've been using a lot of recently is Reichland Flesh Shade, then Druchii Violet, and highlighted with Pallid Witch Flesh. And that has proven most effective. Approximately how many weeks in advance do they send you new material, and how early can you show stuff? I can show stuff once disclosure date is lifted. Generally, that will be the same day that it goes on pre-order. Usually. And as to how many weeks in advance, pass. It changes, varies. Sometimes it can turn up the Monday before it goes live. Sometimes it can turn up 2 weeks. Sometimes 3 weeks. How do you paint skeleton dragon's wings? Oh, I don't know. With paint. Which of the... Because that Prince Vordry box that's coming out, which one would you want to see? Prince Vordry or the Revenant Draconith? Because it's a dual kit. So it could be either or. So then what we do in this instance is we take Gilliman Flesh, I think. So I think Gilliman Flesh is what we use to shade the Rune Lord Brass here. Because it's a bit stronger, you see. And we can also use this to paint in the face at the same time. we go. That's just massively gone out of focus, hasn't it? Bold bloke on top, please. As an FEC player, I say Revenant Draconith. Well, that's a vote for either. So I don't know. If GW were to send me one, they'd only send me one. You know? I missed a bit of black. That's really annoying. The Prince one I haven't built. You've built the new Prince Vordry, Love Hippo? How? You're a lucky duck to get that early. I picked up some Mandalorians for May 4th yesterday. Did you get anything or do anything Star Wars yesterday, Warhipster? No, I didn't. I didn't do anything Star Warsy, unfortunately. What did we do yesterday? What was yesterday? Yesterday was Sunday. I went and got glasses. That's what I did. These new glasses. Which I have to say, I really need more compliments on them. Please. Look, I'm trying to be trendy. I'm trying to keep up to date with fashion. Look at me. There is another set of glasses which have traditional black rims, but they've got this blue fade coming down the side, which are also very sexy, which I might swap between. So what you're saying is you need dollars for a buttload of Star Wars Legion resculpts to make a second AMG channel using Army Painter speed paints. I really don't need that. I don't have time to do all of that. 12-month celebration for your new glasses. Thank you very much, Martin Spoon. Thank you. Suave, sophisticated, learned, very demure, very mindful. Okay, so there's... I think we need snakebite leather for the wood. Weirdly, because they don't have a dark wood on their stuff. On the picture, it's very bright. It's the same color as their armor for some reason. So I'm going to use snakebite leather for the handle. Oh no. I'll tell you what I'm going to use it for. I'm going to use snakebite leather for the handle of the sword and for the fletchings on the arrows. So a little bit of snakebite leather here. Because again, they've gone for a brown nightmare. So we're just going to use a little bit of snakebite leather here. Like so. And then also for the grip of the sword. And we will also use it over the bow. But we'll do something else for the arrows. We'll make them a lighter colour. There we go. Okay. Do we want to go for this sort of slightly orange look on the it was a Rune Lord Brass. It was Rune Lord Brass and then Gilliman Flesh. They look lovely, Josh. Seeing eye things. Thank you. Would you like to see the Wolfen get a new range of models? No. And not because I think that Wolfen are good models. I think Games Workshop needs to stop redesigning models now. Do you ever wear contact lenses? Maybe it's my bad short-range eyes, but I always found painting wearing my glasses, it really messed with my depth perception compared to wearing contacts. No, I can't handle contacts. I can't put them in my eyes. I can't handle stuff near my eyes, basically. Anything like if I watch a... So playing Dead Space 2, for those of you who have played Dead Space 2, you can imagine it was utter torture for me. Eye stuff gives me the ick, I believe is what the kids say. Right, we need some Skeleton Horde. I'm going to apply this over the hair and the arrows. So Skeleton Horde, hair. And hair. And now arrows. There we go. So then we just need a silver, and I'm going to go with my classic silver, which is going to be Iron Warriors. And we're going to apply that over the top of the scale mail. And what would be over the top of any blades and stuff as well. So that will mean that what we'll do is we'll apply this over top of this little bit of sword. Like that. Which means that then does need shading in a minute once it's dry. I think the coolest thing that they've announced so far for Space Wolves is the head takers. It's cool. It's new. It's awesome. The rest of it's redos. Unless the Wolf Priest is also new. Do you want Drakari to have redesigned things or brand new stuff? Brand new stuff. Always brand new stuff. What's the YouTube member goal for June? I think we may have hit the May one. Oh, yes, of course. 409 of 400. That is a good point. Let's set the next goal here at 450. We're also on 72 likes on the stream. That's incredible. Thank you so much. I don't even think I've asked. Redesign if it's fine cast only. Yeah. Yeah, I think, look, I probably, I don't mind it when they redesign a fine cast model. You know, great, fantastic. I'm also of the opinion that you can do redesigns and new stuff simultaneously. Like you can do it the same thing. And the Space Wolves box is a great example of that. In that it has, Grey Hunter's Blood Claws redesign, Wolfguard Battle Leader redesign, Wolf Priest. I'm not sure if it's a redesign or a new version of whatever. But then you have the Head Takers, which is a brand new unit, which is cool because it augments the force rather than just being like, if you can predict what a release for an entire an entire faction is going to be, I don't find that particularly fulfilling because it's like, it's not exciting. Like if you can go into a cinema and watch a film and predict the beats of the film, you're not surprised by it. Whereas the best films are the ones that surprise you, right? Right? Or is that a silly false equivalence, you know? Oh my goodness me. Warning. This is a name. End warning. With 50 more gifted Warhipster memberships. That is 100 gifted memberships on the day. That hasn't happened for a very, very long time. And that is very, very kind of you. Very, very, very kind of you. There's a lot of generosity in one stream. I've just realised I've been sat in silence for ages, so I need a song. Well, that's just blown right past that one. Oh. What's the new YouTube member goal? I don't want to set one. I don't want you to spend all your money on me. It's not worth it. I have way more money than this. That's incredibly kind of you. It just broke my web browser as well. I'm getting me some MESBG tutorials. You are. You're getting one live. It's almost battle ready. I missed a bit. Did I? Where did I miss a bit? You've not sent me on a wild goose chase, have you? In fact, I've just seen a bit I have actually missed. Gotta find the Mounted Elves tutorial, especially them Mirkwood ones. Oh, are they this as well? Are they Finecast too? I don't think I've missed any bits now. They are failcast. Oh. No, 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 no. So now we need some Nuln Oil, which we will apply over the top of the silver. Like so. A totally different paint scheme. They're in silver, aren't they? The ones on horse. So I think that the way we get this to really, well, I guess really sing, is we use some Ironbreaker, like I said earlier, to highlight the armor. Like that sort of thing. Maybe it does need a little bit of a Rune Lord Brass reapplication. Maybe it does need it both. Let's just try it. Just a little bit of Rune Lord Brass. Like that. How's that? Or is it completely off? I think it looks pretty good to me. It's difficult with such a trash-looking model. Is that kind of what you were expecting? Warning? Iron within, iron without. Yeah. Obviously, it'll look more complete when the rest of the armor is done in the same way. But to just basically re-tackle it with Rune Lord Brass and Ironbreaker is probably the move. And then, like I said, that's all done. But what we can do just before we kind of wrap things up is we can try and make the rest of it pop up a little bit more. And I think the quickest way to do that, and I think it's going to look really cool, is if we use some Karak stone to dry brush it. That's what I was looking for. So just a little bit of Karak stone, not too much, to just hit the edges of all the other colours that are like the leathers and stuff. So we'll just do that now. So rather than kind of line highlight it all, because one of the things as well that you can get away with, being as it's fine cast, is that it's horrible, right? But there are lots of edges on it. So if we take that Karak stone, and then, for example, just along this edge here, we just gently hit it with the Karak stone, and in there as well. And the same along this side. And the same across there. Like that. Get in there. Hit the bow as well. I need a little bit more. And same thing for the cloak. Like that. I think it just pulls the tone up a little bit, doesn't it? There you go. Now, barring the eyes, the silver, the arms, and the helmet, that's a finished Mirkwood warrior, I think. What is a leather shorts calendar? Well, James, a leather shorts calendar is what the people of YouTube have been demanding the other day due to a misread message in the form of a calendar of a series of pictures of me wearing leather shorts is what that is. I think this has gone pretty well. Tell GW needs Randaddy. I'll keep asking. I'll keep looking. And I said to chat I would make that piece of merchandise if we reached 1,000 members in the month of May. Basically. Really have time to finish. Don't really have time to finish this, but we'll do a little bit more on the armor. Just a little bit more Rune Lord brass here and there. You don't sound stoked to make this calendar. I'll make the calendar if it's what people want. But let me put it this way: I wouldn't make it under my own volition, because that will involve me walking around in a pair of leather shorts, having my photo taken. And not only that, but people then having a copy of said calendar in their house. What's your most prized model, Mr. Hipster? Probably. I've got to come up with all the seductive poses. I mean, I've got to do that as well. You know. My most prized model is probably my Archaon. I love my Archaon. I worked real hard on him. I mean, raising me to have you build and paint a wall or Titan on stream makes sense, but this feels a little outside your comfort zone. I mean, yeah. You know, we have to push ourselves sometimes. Okay. Okay. Right. I've done it. I blasted through it. So, now, one of these models is not like the other. But that's 2 out of 3. Figured out. Why won't you focus on... And now my camera's gone. There we go. Well, it's overheated because it's very hot up here. But there you go. Just about at the death, managed to get the Mirkwood recipe figured out. Have you often dreamt of being a leather shorts person or a calendar model? If not, probably okay to not push yourself in this case. To be honest, like, if what I would probably do, and what I will... Okay, so, if you guys do fund it, what will happen is when I do put it together, I will sell it, and that money will go towards some mental health charities, and, you know, minus the cost of the calendar, that money will go towards mental health charities, and that is something that I'd love to do. That I do dream of being able to do, is being able to help people who need it more than I do. So in that instance, there is a cloud at the end of that silver lining, as it were. There is a silver lining at the end of that cloud, not the other way around. But there you go. So that is probably how it would. That is what I would do with it. It's a leather shorts calendar for charity. Now that is a good use of leather and your body. There you go. There you go. Will that actually help their mental health? I feel like me doing that will help some of your guys' mental health once a month, well, every day of the year, when you open the next page and you see this kind of thing from me. And as a consequence of that, I'm boosting your mental health, and then the donation would also go towards supporting others. So that is probably what would happen. However, we are on 138 of 1,000. We are quite a way off before we have to make any snap things going on, and it is 10 to 8. I've gone 5 minutes over. But for those of you who are interested, my camera's overheated, so I can't show you properly. But on the stream today, we have finished two elves. Well, 4 elves, technically. But we have figured out the Mirkwood recipe, and I already knew what I was doing for the Galadhrim. There you go. It's just the Warriors of the Last Alliance left to go to figure out. A lot more set dressing left to go. So 2 more of these. 4, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And an amount more, 6 more Galadhrim. Thank you for doing all of this. Oh, you're very welcome, James. Thank you for your incredible support. That's all I want to do. All I want to do is help. Because, you know, you guys help me. You're the best. So, it is, like I said, it is 10 to 8 now, so I've gone over by 6 minutes. Naughty. But I just want to say a massive, massive thank you to YouTube will let you throw more money. Well, you'll just have to wait. A massive, massive thank you to Mark, Ricky Drinks Pates, warning this is a name end warning, who has just powered up today and donated huge amounts of the cash and members today. So if you got a membership from warning this is no name, give him a thank you. But honestly, you made my heart feel very warm. You made my eyes leak, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. $500 and 100 members. Yeah, that is exactly what you did, which is crazy. Incredibly generous of you, and get fitted for them shorts. Oh, we'll find the sexiest pair that I can muster. After all, my body is round. My little legs, not meant for distance. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I am going to go because it is the end of the stream. But warning, you were incredibly generous today. Love Hippo, Dominic Benson, Martin Spoon, Dardew, or Daredew. Factory Spirit, all of you guys, incredible sport, legends. I'll be live again on Wednesday, and I will see you at 8:30 GMT. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. So, ta-ta for now. Love you, chat. Love you, warning. This is a name end warning. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Bye.